What's up? What's up, beautiful people? How's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna give it a few minutes to let people jump on here. So I've been messing around with my YouTube, changing it to a brand account, and I'm a little bit of a tech tard, so I'm still learning and figuring this out. So I appreciate your patience. If you're on YouTube, what's up, YouTube guys? Instagram, what's up, y'all? I am the Spiritual Bodybuilder. Thank you for joining me. And today is the Down the Rabbit Hole, my weekly energy report where I bring to you the astrological energies and I channel messages straight from spirit to you so that we can get a feel for what's coming up and going on in the cosmos. So I'm curious to see too what you guys are feeling and see if we're on the same page and what's going on. So there is a lot of movement, a lot of transitioning from one energy to another right now. I'm sure you guys can feel it. It's very, it went from like excitement and like fascination and like desire, let's do this, to now like we've hit the ground running. And now it's like, okay, we have all this to do. What's step one? What's step two? What's step three? That's that Virgo energy. It can be a bit of perfectionistic, but now we have the sun, Venus, and Mars all in that sign. And there's some pretty intense, powerful aspects that are going on there that are really sort of saying to us, hey guys, look, it's time to stand up into that power that that you've had, you've been ready for this, you want it, you love it, but there's also going to be some things in there that are going to, test you. Okay. We need to test you along the way to make sure that you don't get lost. And so there's some clarity going on there, but there's also some like new things that are creating new questions. Like we got answers, but they're also creating more questions. Okay, so I am doing great. How are you, Salah? And what's up, Cindy? Yes, I am going live tonight. Last week was a rare scheduling fluke, trying to work out scheduling to spend time with my daughter. Of course, my daughter takes priority over everything else. So I'm, still working out those kinks, but I'll be here regardless. I'm still bringing you guys everything I can. And, want to just say thank you. Thank you for everybody supporting me and, coming with me on this journey. Because it really is a journey that we're all on. And, all the empaths, psychics, intuitives, all this extrasensory sort of energy is really starting to come out into our lives in a whole different and new way, right? I've met a lot of people that are really feeling like I worked an expo this past weekend, the pole dancing expo, which was a freaking blast. I had so much fun. And I want to say thank you, Fania Mundi. She's a creator of pole dancing, and she always invites me to come work down there and help people out. It makes me really realize just how unique it is what I do, because I can feel and work with energy. And I gave a speech on fascial recognition, how to recognize when your fascia is out of alignment and what to do. And it's interesting because we can tie that in to the energetic shifts and transitions, because it goes through our fascia. Our fascia is connected to our mind, to our emotions, through a medium called neuropeptides. And when these are secreted in the brain, they go through the body. And when we have all these new energies coming up through us and these new emotions activating new things, at first we may not understand exactly what it is that's going on, or hard to break it down and to figure it out. And usually it begins with an imbalance in the body. Like you might get aches and pains in certain areas, and you're like, what the hell's going on? You wake up and you're achy. You're like, oh God, this sucks. You may be having really crazy dreams, associated with that too. All these ascension symptoms is the universe that is bringing us more into alignment of our higher self, right? It's bringing our heart and our mind in conjunction with our higher self and teaching us who we are right now. And all these feelings and such, they're pretty intense right now. I wonder if what's up, Gianna? All these things are bringing these new feelings into our awareness and really allowing us to step up. And that stepping up can be a little nerve-wracking and crazy, but it's also like I'm really into superhero movies, like those Marvel movies. They're all a different representation of all the same thing, right? We figure out we have we're different, we're strange, we're weird somehow, but that weirdness is our strength. It's what defines us. It's that imperfect nature of who we are that brings us into our new sense of reality. And it comes with it, these blessings, but the blessings can feel like curses for a very long time until we really learn them, master them, understand them. And then when we finally do that, we can bring it out to the world. But a lot of times, when we're bringing it out into the world, who's that?
It's me.
It's me.
Hey, guys.
What's up, guys?
I'm in your live right now.
That's Gianna.
Yeah. Bye. Peace out.
Peace out, sweetheart.
Bye.
That's my girlfriend's daughter right there. She's a cutie, huh? So anyways, we have these superpowers that are coming out, but without mastering them, without really knowing them or understanding them, it can be frustrating. They feel like a curse. And these curses are really, hey, what's up, Luna? How you doing? Yeah, that was so cute, huh? These superpowers coming out can be very confusing. And we have this desire. We want to step out into the world with them and show them as we're learning them. And I know I did that for a long time, and to a certain extent, I think I'm still doing it because we're still learning these things. And as we learn, we grow and we figure it out more, and we help people more and more. The trick is to not go beyond. What's up, Luna? The trick is to not go beyond our scope of understanding or practice. You're trying to help people out. You're trying to go forward into this new world that we all want to live in, but it's a step-by-step process. We have to take it, one step at a time and not get too ahead of ourselves, because then we get ahead of ourselves and all of a sudden we go into this shit, this downward spiral. And we're like, oh crap, how do we get here? We have to take it slow, especially right now. With this year is really like the foundation setting time for what's to come next year, because believe it or not, next year is going to be crazier and weirder and more transformational than this year is. So this is like a warm-up. Can you believe that? And right now, coming into Virgo season, couple things about that. So Virgo season is the halfway point in the zodiac, right? There's 12 houses. Virgo rules the sixth house of, day-to-day. Yep, no more dress rehearsals. What's up, Karma? How you doing? Hey, if you guys haven't gotten a reading, a tarot reading from my girl Karma on deck, she is by far the most intuitive, most efficient, most amazing tarot reader I have ever worked with in my life. I love you, sweetheart. Definitely get a reading from her. She's amazing. Karma, you can put your information in the super chat there on YouTube if you feel so inclined. All right, thank you very much. So Virgo season is all about getting that one step at a time, the little details down. And with having the Mars and Venus, Venus just crossed Mars, so that's that divine feminine, divine masculine. I'm also feeling the whole like twin flame thing too, like. Whatever your situation is, if you have a twin flame, if you believe in that, whatnot, there's so many different, concepts out there or ways to look at it. But, I think that right now with the Mars and Venus are essentially, represent that twin flame kind of energy. And when they cross like that, now the divine feminine is coming through. And I think the divine feminine just is really learning a massive, deep lesson right now and bringing that together. And, the whole runner chaser dichotomy, I think, is a little bit of a misnomer, because it's not like you're running and chasing each other, because it's an individual process, right? We're all going deep into ourselves and looking to find that place of unconditional love within us. That unconditional love will bring us, closer together to that divine partnership. Now, you may be in a relationship and still learning and building on those fears and insecurities and such, and those are going to be getting purged out consistently. But if you haven't found yours, then right now is that time to really get solid in yourself. And the reason why we go away from the runner chaser dynamic, so to speak, is because we're doing this deep work on ourselves. And when we do that, if we are together, sometimes it'll actually be kind of productive. We can really destroy each other's lives, right? We don't want to do that because really deep down, we really unconditionally, truly love ourselves and each other. But we have to work through all that conditioning that we experience throughout our lives to be able to bring it to that next level. So, and sort of the whole idea, the whole feeling of this whole twin flame thing too, while I'm on the subject, it just like thinking about it, or, like desiring that kind of partnership that people, talk about and say that deep, like, wow, I really want that, just power couple, like, let's just go out there and get it and change the world, blah, blah, blah. Only certain people are really designed for that particular thing. So if you really want it, like the saying says, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it's yours, right? You have to let it go. You have to let everything go. You have to completely eradicate your attachments to things. And, things will come into our lives to test that, right? Like even like our relationships to our parents, our relationships to our children, our relationships to our siblings, all these things to a certain extent, if you don't healthily detach from it, then it can bring you down. And I'm learning that big time right now, with some of my family. So right now with this energy, it seems like everybody's sort of on the fringe right now. Like I've noticed people are snappy, people are kind of snippy around, and not like everybody's in a rush to get somewhere. I need to get this done. I need to go. I need to, do more. And that is the Virgo energy, yes. But on the same token, like, we have to make sure that we want to pay attention to the details, but we also have to make time to honor ourselves in the process. Because let's say, like, you got something good going on, work is going great, you're making money, things are going, and then bam, all of a sudden you have an argument with your significant other, and okay, Gianna, there you go. Then all of a sudden, like, you have this weird stuff come up, and you're like, what the hell's going on? I don't know where this came from. Now you haven't slept for 2 nights, and now you can't really digest food, or you don't want to eat. Like, if you try to just bury yourself in your work, that shit ain't gonna fly, right? Because you're just gonna keep burning yourself out. You need to at least schedule some time in there to be able to take care of yourself and slow down. But you have to be careful not to slow down too much, right? So self-care, like, this is checks and balances. We have a lot of checks and balances coming up, and we have a lot of great energy coming up too. But on the same token, this great energy is there because we need it, okay? And what's coming up is gonna test or force that out. So, right, work hard, play hard. Or don't work and play easy. No, that doesn't quite work. No, it doesn't fit. Thank you, Luna. I'm glad that you're on the same page. I see you. So, baby steps, little baby steps, and paying attention as well in our consciousness and our mind to the details. Critical times. Okay. So, with all this stuff going on this week in particular, we have a couple significant things going on. Big thing is we have, of course, a new moon in Virgo, which I'll go over that here in a little bit. And we have a yod again. We've been having a lot of yods lately. So this time, whenever there's consistent yods like this, that's like the universe has a ruler. It's like, you need to learn to figure this out. You need to see it. You need to have your eyes opened. So open your eyes, baby. Open them and see. And if you refuse, or if you try to fight it, it is going to make you feel like such shit. You're going to have no choice, really, but to open it up and see. The universe, the universe is calling us into alignment. Are we going to listen to it and go forward with it is the question. Can I mention how your former friend is now crippled due to your negligence? All right, Dr. Mike J40. That is not true. She is not crippled, and it was not to my negligence. I had worked on my friend for 5 years, and she made some bad choices that is now taken care of, and I took the proper routes, And you can say what you want. You can believe what you want. Everybody has haters. I really don't care. I did everything. I was in integrity of myself the entire time. So you can go bye-bye, because I don't need that kind of trolling on here. All right. Thank you very much. Exactly what I'm saying. You're going to have resistance coming up. You're going to have haters. You're going to have trolls that are going to come around and try to knock you down and talk shit. And you're just going to be like, you know what? Hey, this is my bubble. This is my boundary. And you know what? There's a time and a place to deal with certain things. And there's a time and a place to deal with other things. And you have to have that solid in your mind and yourself and not get caught up in bullshit. Dude, I don't like drama. I don't want drama. Okay? I have enough stuff in my life going on that I'm trying to create. And you know what? I'm creating it. And I'm doing all right. So, sure. But anyways, so we have a yod with the moon, Pluto, and Neptune going on. All right, Dr. Mike, you can get out of here. I'm not talking about that right now. We're talking about energy and astrology. Okay? So she injured herself, okay? She tore her labrum, and then she blamed it on me, and I exposed the injury. But there's no way what I did could cause a tear to a labrum, okay? So she had to do that out of her own negligence to herself. So anyways, we have a yod with moon, Pluto, and Neptune. Now, the moon is our emotional state, right? The moon is the pinnacle point or the destiny point of where we're meant to learn our lesson. Okay. Now with Pluto and Neptune, these have been involved in these yods in the last month or so. And so whenever Pluto is involved, especially if Pluto and the moon are involved in a quincunx, that's all this deep, dark stuff coming up, And with Neptune is the ultimate dissolver. It dissolves things. It dissolves negative belief systems. It dissolves things that no longer serve us. Okay, so this is going to bring out things that no longer serve us and allow us to see it for what it is. And can it be painful? Sure. Yeah, it's going to be tough, but that's okay. Because we have to face it. We have to feel it. We have to identify and learn a lesson from it so we don't make that mistake again. Okay, and with the moon being right there, the moon is that mysterious subconscious to conscious state of mind that we're feeling and we're stepping into that we might not understand right at first, but we see the pieces coming together. We see how there are different aspects of self and of life that are presenting themselves. And while this is coming up and these things are coming out, we need to be patient with ourselves to be able to stand in our power and feel it. And feeling it can be incredibly uncomfortable, right? So it's that discomfort that we have to be okay with and we have to deal with. And with the Mars and Venus right there, if we're out of alignment with ourselves, that's going to be a little jarring, okay? So it's okay. And we admit it to ourselves and we face it and we go through it. And that's that. All right. So the moon is going to be here. Let's look at the, of course, I can't pull up the chart on Instagram and on YouTube either, but that's okay. So I'm going to pull it up here and get deeper into it. So this yod will be on, where'd it go? On August 29th. We have a lot of stuff going on that day too. And we have a whole bunch of sesquiquadrate action going on at the same time as this yod. So it's going to be in Leo, and Leo is our heart, right? It's coming up into our heart, taking a stand, saying, all right, this is who I am. This is what I want. Now, the South Node is sort of, it's a few degrees away, but that's still close enough to have some part of it. And that South Node is about letting it go, right? We're letting it go. Neptune is at 17 degrees in Pisces. And of course, they're both in their ruling sign. So that's a very powerful connection. And then we also have Mercury that day on the 29th at 0 degrees of Virgo. So whenever a planet is at 28 to 0 degrees, the energy is heightened. It's intensified. And so the Mercury is our communication. So as we're communicating, it's going to let us know. And in Virgo, it's about purification, right? We're purifying our energy through accepting our faults, through accepting our imperfections, okay? Through accepting things that people don't agree with us about and being okay with it, because you have to be. Not everyone is ever going to agree with everything that you do, and that is okay. The point is, you have integrity, you come from a place of love, self-love, and love for what it is that you do. Look, we want to help humanity. We want to bring things to the next level, to see the earth thrive, to see humanity and people come together, to not to call out all the bullshit on disease. I mean, look at all this stuff going on in the rainforest. Guys, the rainforest is our source of filtration for about 80% of the air in the world. And the rate at which it's getting cut down because of greed and because of just political bullshit. It's terrible. It's terrifying, because that alone can destroy our world. And we already have so much going on with our economy, with the pollution. With it's a scary thing. So the more people are aware of this kind of stuff, the more that we bring this out and up. Of course, there's going to be resistance. Like, there is a ton of suppression of information going on right now. People are trying to control what information gets out where, especially to preserve the Western medical industry, all, pharmaceuticals especially. We want to be able to, from our experience, because most people, if you're watching this, you probably had some experiences where, these systems have fucked you over somehow, right? They've screwed most people over in some way, shape, or form. So we had to take initiative and figure ourselves out, figure out our own situation, our own way. And doing that brings you to a different level of awareness and a different level of respect and understanding for humanity in and of itself. And you see these scandalous things that people are doing, and it's wrong. At least that's what I feel. It's morally and ethically wrong. So if we believe in something that is morally and ethically right, we need to speak that out. We need to get it out there, and we need to teach and show the world, because you know what? People feel that energy. And if you're feeling this right now, it means that you're like, yeah, I'm with you. Let's go do this. So let's do it. Step into your power. Stand out there. Love your family, right? Do what it is that you love to do for a living, and be proud of it and bring it out into the world, and be okay with people not agreeing with you with bullshit, because you're going to get it, right? And that's going to test your self-worth, your self-confidence, your emotional stillness within you. And as we face those things, we become stronger. And we become like it's instead of having a shield of fear that was basically built around us from childhood, from all the trauma and shit that we went through, we build a layer of protection, of divine protection around us. And with that divine protection, we draw other people with that higher vibration, that better energy around us, and we share. And we create a community. This, with Uranus and Taurus, it's creating a whole new identity and understanding of community in the world. And I believe that we're going to be going back to communes. People are going to be coming together, whether it's with technology online like this, or physically, like in the actual 3D, and working together. Like groups of people, like all making their own food at organic farms, and you build a foundation, sort of like back in the tribal days, where you have a group of people that you trust and that you love to be around, and that are never, that there's just a certain transparency there that we can all just seek comfort in. And as we build that and as we grow, that is what we spread energetically throughout humanity. And, you know, as we do that, as more and more people do that and grow and learn, there's this concept called the 100th monkey theory. Please feel free to go check that out. But with the 100 monkey theory, once you get to a certain threshold, boom, it explodes, right? And I feel that we are close to that precipice now, but there's still a lot of gunk coming out. There's still a lot of dark, deep, nasty stuff that we have to face and work through, and that's all right. Let's keep doing it. So this yacht on the 29th is going to be very heartfelt. It's going to be it's going to bring our heart energy into our emotional body and mix that up and have us look at, again, okay, like, what is it that we need to let go of? What is it? Where is it that we want to be? And we have to be honest with ourselves, like brutally honest. All right. So before that, we have a pretty consistent trine here for, I'd say, the next week or two from Uranus trining over to the Sun, Mars, and Venus. And that is really auspicious because, you know, we have Uranus, which is revolution and evolution. All right. And in Taurus, that's all about our self-confidence, our self-worth, everything that I'm just talking about. Okay. So we're getting this trine, this smooth, easy flow of communication. Yes.
Hello.
What's that?
I would like to be in live today.
Okay. So we have this we have this trine that's speaking to all the personal planets. And these personal planets are the more superficial aspects of our consciousness that we consciously understand and that we're going through. So it's like our thoughts coming and mixing with our heart and revolutionizing the way we think, the way we feel, the way we act. Like we just feel like this. All right, let's get it. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Right. At the same time, though, we have Chiron that is quincunx to the Sun, Mars, and Venus. So the quincunx is that uncomfortable energy, right? So at the same time we have this trine coming in, we have this quincunx that's saying, okay, now that we have all this support, now we got to bring you through this other threshold. We got to pull up this gunk that is just not comfortable at all. And you know what? Like, that's part of the game, it's part of the process. So case in point with the troll that was talking some shenanigans on there, you know, but hey, it's all good. I got love for everybody for the most part. And I'm just trying to do my job here and, you know, create my little life, peace on earth and whatnot. So we also have Jupiter that is quincunx over to the North Node. Now that's going to be going on for some time, probably the next, I'd say, month or so at least, because Jupiter is still speeding up. And that's making us take a really hard look at our destiny, our future, and what we believe we can achieve. Okay, so, you know, that's going to be have all these things coming in and saying, like, okay, what can you do? Where are you going to go? And how are you going to get there? And you may not know. And part of that's going to be faith, having faith in who you are and what you want. And that also brings with it clarity. You need clarity of where you're going in order to really be able to get there, right? You need to be able to visualize it, to see it, to feel it. And sometimes, you know, like if our desires are not in line with our heart, then we can get thrown off course. We have another lesson we need to learn. But, you know, like, I know for me, when I'm trying to get somewhere, I'm a Capricorn with Aries rising. I'm like, I got to go. I got to make it happen. And my trick is I got to slow down, right? I tend to go to the gym too much. I need to go not quite as much, right? So also, on the 26th, we have the moon that in Cancer that is going to be conjunct the North Node. And so that's going to be part of the quincunx going to Jupiter. So again, that's going to make it much more personal, much more deep. All right. But that's sort of the theme and the energy for this entire week. Now, coming into the 27th, we have a semi-sextile being created from the Sun, Mars, and Venus over to the moon / North Node. And, you know, again, that's sort of like a chin check. All right. Where we at? What we doing? How we getting there? let's go. We have this sort of like, let's go, time's ticking, drill sergeant type of energy, but the drill sergeant pushing you towards more peace, pushing you towards more, calmer waters. Okay. So we have to get through, the difficult waters in order to get to that next place. Then on the 28th, we have the moon. It's going to be trine to Chiron, which is going to be, sort of putting a little ease on the grip of that Chiron energy. And the next big thing we have going on, we have, of course, the new moon at 6 degrees Virgo. So this new moon is of course, lighting up that sixth house, lighting up that Virgo energy, that purification energy. And we have a stellium in this sign. So basically 5 planets plus Juno, which is like an asteroid, in Virgo. And mind you, they all just passed fairly recently over the fixed star. I'll get back to you on that name. Starts with R. I can't remember this. But that fixed star is again about ripping open the heart. It's about bringing in. What's up, Danielle? How you doing? Long time. So with this stellium in this purification mode, we are almost like sanitizing our souls, getting pressure washed off. And this is going to bring clarity, a lot of clarity on where it is that we want to go. And it's all trying to Uranus. So it's like, hey, this is your next level. Here you go. Are you going to do it? And with it also trine over to Pluto, the south node, and Saturn, is going to be like, all right, we're going this way. What do you got to like? Because, energy cannot be created or destroyed, right? It's only change. So when it changes, we have to, everything that we let go of, a new energy comes in to take its place. And we want to bring in that higher vibration energy, let go of the lower vibration energy, and just let it go. And so this energy right here is excellent for like meditation, for journaling, for taking some time to clear your mind and really coming back to yourself and taking account of where it is that you are and where it is that you want to go and how are you going to get there. This is details, all right? All these details, the structure, learning how to receive at the same time as, getting out there and going, learning how to nurture but stay firm, right? All these things, there's a polarity here, and this polarity is going through like, it's going through a calibration, if you will. Okay. So, and we still, of course, have that Chiron quincunx going on and the Jupiter quincunx to the north node. So there's still this sort of uneasy feeling to be there. It's going to be like underneath the surface. So this more freeing feeling is more on the surface. And then we have the other energy that's underneath the surface that is like underground, rumbling, trying to come up and trying to make things happen. So before I get more into that, I want to read the Inside Degrees about what this new moon, what the energetic value of this new moon represents. Okay, 6 degrees of Virgo. This is from Inside Degrees. And it says a banyan tree that creates an entire forest. All right. Interesting with the whole Amazon, rainforest thing on. It says a towering stature, containing within yourself a vast creative force that can fill the world with its diverse and multiplex awareness. You have a graphic ability to evoke, to capture, to epitomize a realm, a world, to draw it forth, to highlight it. And this then extends into many others, such that the illumination, the fresh angle is sharply relevant and universally resonant. Experiencing for yourself the wisdom of the ages, proving it out afresh by experimentation and open discovery. Piercing to the core with your fluent presence in the world. Saying in so many different ways, here it is. Here it is again. I have found it over here. The living proof that nature is totally alive, that the creative power is everywhere, and that all of it yearns to be given voice, to be celebrated, to to be acknowledged by one who can reach to the vast and penetrate to the details and make macrocosm and microcosm one. So this is telling me that we're bringing it all together, that we're bringing it all into a collaborated form. It's huge, right? This energy that we're getting ready to walk into, it's massive. But is it massive? It's only massive if we make it that way, right? We have the potential to create macrocosms and to live in the microcosm and it all be one. It is all one and the same. And when we start to realize, we look at it and we get that sense of apprehension and we step into it anyways, we all of a sudden realize that it's not so big, it's not so bad, right? We contain within ourselves a vast creative force that can fill the world with this diverse and multiplex awareness. We have so much potential for so much awareness. And this is infusing us with the ability to tap into that. Will we tap into it? Actually, who knows? This isn't something that we fully consciously do. This is sort of something that just happens. Okay? And that's okay. But we have to be okay with all the stuff going on around us. It's like there may be a hurricane going on around us. And as a hurricane is going, the more we center ourselves with all these tests that are coming around to, try to throw us off, we stay still. If we get knocked off, that's okay. Don't dwell on it. Just come back to that stillness. Come back to that place of peace. Okay? You have a graphic ability to evoke, to capture, to epitomize a realm, a world, to draw it forth, to highlight it. So that to me is the third eye, right? We're able to activate and see these things that we want to see or don't want to see, which comes down to our belief systems. If you believe that you're just going to deal with shit and that life is shit, and so all you're going to get is shit, right? But if you believe that there's more out there, that life is good, that everything you have is great right now, if you have gratitude for everything that's in your life and still want more, that optimizes this energy in the third eye of really being able to create in that etheric realm and bring it into the third dimensional realm, right? And this then extends into many others, such as the illumination. The fresh angle is sharply relevant and universally resonant. So when it comes down to it, all of the stuff that we experience at the very core, everyone is experiencing it, right? So let's see here. What's up, Maru? How you doing? That's cute. Regulus, yes. Thank you so much. All right. Regulus is the fixed star. Oh no, hold on one second. There we go. Gonna get back onto it. And Instagram. Okay. So yes, all these planets just went over Regulus, and now they're infused with that energy. And we have Jupiter that also is moving away now forward from the Great Attractor and going towards the galactic center. So that little area right there is also like I'm getting a visual in my mind of like a tightrope that's like way high in the Amazon jungle, but there's like an invisible net underneath there that's going to catch us if we fall. We just have to trust and believe. Are you going to trust and believe that there are alligators down there? Because if you trust and believe in that, then that's what's going to happen. But if you trust and believe that there's a blanket of clouds underneath you, then that's going to be true too. Our beliefs are so much stronger than we realize, and this is the purification of our beliefs going on in this new moon. Okay, so piercing to the core with your fluent presence in this world, saying in so many different ways, here it is again. I have found it over here, the living proof that nature is totally alive, that the creative power is everywhere, and that all of it yearns to be given a voice, to be celebrated, to be acknowledged, and by one who can reach to the vast, penetrate the details, and make the macrocosm and microcosm one. The macrocosm and the microcosm are one and the same, in my opinion. And we just have to see it that way and believe it that way, and come back into our awareness and, day to day. All right, let's see what's going on here in the chat. All right. Yes. Yeah, John got a Mac today. Super exciting. Okay. Good job. Good job, Gianna. I'm proud of you, hon. Okay. What else we got on here? Kim. What's up, Kim? How you doing? Miss you too. That's true. That misalignment will twist you up, being square and open body position head on. 100%. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, that galactic center is no joke. No joke. So we are here. What's up, Gabby? How you doing? Wow, everybody's popping into my live today. What's up? Hope you're doing well. Okay. So now, can you believe we're coming into September already? This is nuts. The 9th month of the year. So we're really almost 3/4 of the way done. And also what'll be interesting is that next month, of course, Saturn comes direct, and it's going to be coming direct while the sun is in Libra, or just getting into Libra, and that's going to be its 3rd quarter square. So, man, you think the rest of this year has been crazy and been transformative? Wait till, mid-September, when Saturn goes direct, and then when Pluto goes direct in October, it's like, all right, we're out of school, testing is over. Now let's see how you can practically apply it to your life right now. Let's go. So that's going to be exciting. So September's coming up is I feel it's going to be a little more busy, but more grounded. Changing though. Virgo is also a mutable earth sign. So that mutability is, we're also shifting from seasons. So we're shifting from, fall, from summer to fall. And so the temperature is going to change, our desires, our moods are going to start to change, but the energy is going to really start to change too, to really sort of getting back on the grind. And then when it goes into Libra, it's like, okay, what have we learned, and where have we learned it from, and who do we want to learn with, and what is our life teaching us and telling us now? What direction does all the proof around us tell us where we want to go, right? And then you have to check that with yourself. Is that where I am? Is that where I do want to go? Okay. So yeah. Lots of letting go. Lots of getting clarity. And hey, what's up, Amani? Lots of getting clarity. And, that clarity could come with some hiccups. It can come with like one answer, it can come with 10 more questions. And if that kind of stuff starts to happen, that's when you can't get analysis paralysis, because Virgo can get us into that analysis paralysis stage. Okay. So it's important to keep your mind in check, keep your mind healthy. Hey, 444. What's up, P? That was very important. So keep that mind healthy. Watch out for that analysis paralysis. Allow this new infusion of, grounding yet mutable, changeable energy coming in to give us signs, give us signals of what the next step to take. And you'll find that as you focus on all the details of each and every step, that you're gonna come to a point where a dot connects. And as these dots connect, you're gonna start to see the smaller part, then the bigger part, then the bigger pattern, then the bigger idea of the pattern, and then everything starts to align, and we get to the next place that we're meant to go. Of course, because that we are all right where we are meant to be. The universe doesn't make mistakes, right? So if we're still learning a lesson that we got to keep learning over and over and over again, then really pay attention to that. Ask yourself, like, why am I still learning this? Why do I still feel like this? What the hell is going on? And then quiet your mind. Don't expect to look for an answer. Listen to what feels right. Okay, this energy is all about what feels right and what doesn't. And if it doesn't feel right, why? You're going to know if it feels right because it's just going to feel light. It's going to feel like, okay, yeah, this is right. And if you're feeling like, nope, it's not right, it's wrong, then, you don't necessarily have to take action on it right away. Sometimes you have to sit in it for a little while to really, get an understanding for, where it, because if you finally see this thing that says like, okay, maybe I'm not in the right place, but I have no idea where to go or what I'm doing, then you still may need to sit on that for a little while until you get some clarity and understanding of that next step. This is one step at a time process, because everybody I know has a ton of shenanigans going on. But we have to let that be okay. We have to trust the universe, trust in ourselves, trust in God, and let go of all these burdens that, let go of all these burdens that have been, weighing us down. We don't need to do it anymore. All right. There is, Cindy, there is only one yod that I saw this week. So at least that's a little bit better than last week. But with the moon being involved, I think it's going to be a pretty intense one. All right. Because that moon, it just, it's the moon is the most conscious energy that we have in the zodiac. At least I believe. So that's what's going on. So thank all you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe to Gianna's channel. She's building up her channel too. It's really, really, really exciting, and I'm super excited for it. I'm going to be helping her out. So check her stuff out. And now we threw it. Hell yeah. So I will, and please like, share, and subscribe. If you're on Instagram, check out my YouTube channel. Check out Gianna's YouTube channel too. And if you have not gotten a tarot reading from Karma on Deck, check her out as well. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Much love and blessings. Peace.